wondered what therapy is like or what your loved ones talk about when they are with their therapist? Well, now you can be a fly on the wall in a real therapy session, an unnoticed observer. During this episode, you'll hear a real group therapy session with a modern twist. Our group therapy sessions are done as a mock podcast where participants are encouraged to have open dialogue about their mental health and addiction challenges. As an observer of this episode, we hope that you will learn something helpful for those among us whose struggles often go unnoticed. All personally identifiable information has been removed for the privacy of the participants. Thank you for listening.
It is Wednesday, and we're welcome to rehab.
Yeah, hey. What's up? Man, I love watching those levels all spike at once when we do that. That's fun. What's up, everybody? It's kind of a chilly evening, and I understand a lot is brewing in the air, and
it's chilly.
Is it Taylor on the show?
Taylor. Yep. Taylor.
Yeah. Taylor, you before anybody got here said you had some stuff you want to kick it off with, so let's jump right in.
Yeah, lots of good.
Let's go, Taylor. You got this.
Good material.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Taylor.
Let's hear it, Taylor.
All right. Anyway, so like I just said,
Taylor?
Well, anyway, my girlfriend's mom wants me to stop communicating with her, and she said that it's not because she doesn't like me, but just because it's not good, and like police are involved. I found out today, and so that's cool, I guess. And then that I was also when I was like young, like in when I used to visit prison, that my father molested me too. So
in prison?
Yeah.
You got molested by your dad in prison? Damn. Wow, there's a lot to unpack there, huh? There's so much. Before I even weigh in on this, I want to know what you guys all think, because I mean that's like there's so much there.
I feel bad. That sucks.
I don't know. I just hate when I hate the amount of trials, because honestly I perceive Taylor as a really good person, and I think it's unfair.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think about this a lot, where I'm just like, damn, Taylor's one of the best people I've met, honestly. He's such a pure person, and he's so sick. And he keeps getting hit with all this shit, and it's I think it's so unfair, and it pisses me off, and I'm not even like him,
Yeah.
So I can imagine how it feels for him.
Anybody else? You were so quiet last week. Why don't you jump in?
Well, I've only known Taylor for a week and a couple, I think a week and a day. And I've realized he's super sweet and super caring about the things that he likes. And will put his heart and soul into something if he loves it.
Yeah.
So. Very
true. Very, very true. And I've worked with you for a while now, and I knew it right away. I'm this is a good guy. I'm always rooting for all you guys, but I've always been really rooting for you, and I actually kind of see this as a good thing, oddly enough, because it's a piece of the puzzle that you didn't have before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't my thoughts of him hasn't really changed either. What
do you mean?
I don't really see him as any worse than he already is.
Your dad?
Yeah, so I still plan on visiting him when he gets out.
Look, at the end of the day, you have a bond with your parents. Whether you like it or not, whether they're good parents or not, whether you want to or not. And I do want to get to that point where you're really angry at him. I think that would be healthy for you. Just so you could kind of get that out of your system.
Yeah. I
mean, you don't have to go on being angry at him forever, but it would be kind of good for you to tap into those. The way I see it, I feel like you have a lot of emotions that are sort of locked away because they're so freaking painful to go near, that it's and they all come out in rage sometimes, and it's this thing that we've been working on here of you wanting to kill people. It's I think it's just a lot of anger, probably misplaced anger at your dad.
Probably.
That you just don't want to assign to him because he's your dad, and you just don't want to do that. You're just like, he's my dad. There's something like sacred cow about that, you know? Like, you don't want to like, you don't want to have to face the fact that maybe your dad is a crappy guy.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, and you'd rather like be the bad guy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You'd rather own it yourself than like be like, no, my old man is like the problem. You'd rather like be like, no, I'm the problem. I'm the bad one. And like, you've kind of, in my opinion, created this internal narrative that it's you because you're trying to protect him.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So did your mom know this whole time that?
Yeah, she knew, but I just found out like this Monday.
And
I had no idea that ever happened. Like, I don't remember it. Like, I feel like I vaguely remember it, but like now that like it's been mentioned, but like I don't really truly remember it.
And she just chose to not tell you until like you were ready. Is that what it was?
I'm not sure. I feel like she thought I knew, or like something like that, or like, you know, like I feel like that's one of those things you don't forget, but like, you know, I forget.
You blocked it out.
Yeah.
How long has your dad been in prison?
I don't know. It's 13 years now.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, like, I'm like pretty honest with how I feel about people, and like I don't bullshit or be fake about my feelings towards anyone. And like, Taylor, you are one of the people that like I really want to like see overcome their problems, because like I honestly think that like you are capable of like so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and not like, I wouldn't just say that like to be real.
Yeah.
So like,
Thank you.
I don't know, like it just like, it makes me upset that you have all these issues in your life that like are unfair to me, because like, you know, like I think that you're capable of so much.
Yeah.
And like I think that you're one of those people that when you do, because I think you will overcome it, and I think when you do, like you're one of those people that it's gonna be like I can Google you and be like, damn, look at what he's doing now. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your future Googleable.
For real. Like, for real.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just unfair to me that that all that stuff happens.
Yeah. You know, as you guys get older, one thing you realize is that, like, everybody who you thought had it quote-unquote fair, turns out a lot of them didn't. Like, a lot of them were hiding stuff. Like, a lot of people drop off. It's sad, but, like, people drop off. I don't mean just die, but I mean, like, people just, like, become, like, vegetables, like, with their lives, you know?
Repeat the same stuff.
Well, I just, like, I know so many people who I thought had it together when I was, like, your age, who are just, like, bums. They just don't do anything now. They just, like, post memes on Facebook, like, endlessly. It's sad.
That have been here? Is that what
No, I mean that I grew up with.
Oh.
That, like, I thought they had it all together. I thought that they had it fair, quote unquote, you know, like nothing bad happened to them. And they're just, like, doing nothing with their lives. Like, they fell apart, and then it's like something must have happened to them. Like, it wasn't obvious, and I didn't think it, but, like this one guy I'm thinking of particularly, like, literally just posts about the Beatles on Facebook every day. He's been on unemployment for, like, a year. It's like, first of all, how long can you be fascinated with the Beatles for? I'm not just taking a shot at him. It's just like,
they don't even make new music.
yeah, like, it's over. The
I like the
Beatles,
Beatles,
I mean, I like them too, but, like, can you, like, how much can you care about a band that's been done for, like, a million years? Like, stop posting about them. What is going on with you, you know? Like, why are you so, like, who cares about what a picture of Paul McCartney from, like, 1972? Like, you don't need to share that every day. Like, live your own life. Go out there and do your own things. Like, that dude is almost dead, you know? He's old. John Lennon and George Harrison are dead, you know? Like, get over it. Move on. My point isn't the Beatles. It's just, like, obsessing over one thing that's, like, nothing to do with your life that happened a long time ago, you know? And that's a guy who I thought had it way more together than me. So it's like something must have happened to that guy. But it wasn't obvious to me or anybody else at the time. So what's my point of this ridiculous rant? I'll tell you. It's just basically like some people have stuff that happens to them and it's obvious, right? And they deal with it or they don't deal with it. And they don't deal with it and you see what happens. Some people have stuff that happens and it's not obvious, and then like it becomes obvious in later years or something happens. And then there's you guys who had stuff happen to you, and here you are, like you're not even 18 and you're dealing with it. Like you're so ahead of the game, and yet you don't even realize it because it doesn't feel like that right now. And I don't know how to like really communicate this more clearly to you guys, that as much as you may think all these things are horrible and you're at a huge disadvantage now in life, it's actually the opposite that's true. Like, you guys are actually going to come out, if you put in the work and you believe, you will come out ahead. And like, the fact is, obviously it sucks what happened to you, Taylor. Mm-hmm. And nobody here would wish that upon you or anybody. But here you are, and like, you just unlocked a major piece of the puzzle of your life. Mm-hmm. Like, you came in here like thinking, I just want to kill people. There's something wrong with me, and I guess I'm just born that way or something. And you were totally in the dark about like, how did you get to this place? And as you've been here, like, piece by piece, things are uncovering, and you're like, I've said this before, but you guys are all like detectives to find, and you're the victim. Like, you know, you walk in, and there's like that white painted thing around you, like the bodies. Mm-hmm. You know, you're alive, but like there's a part of you that's dead, but you can bring it back. You're all the victim, and you're also your own detective, and you have to solve the case. You just got a major clue in the case of like, how did you get to this point? And once you get that, you can freaking, what the hell is it? Vaporize it all. You can vaporize the abuse. Like, that's how I look at it with my own abuse and stuff like that I've gone through. You find it, you figure it out, you freaking vaporize it. It's gone. And you move on stronger than ever. But you gotta mourn it. I get it. You gotta go through this period of like processing it, fighting it, that internal battle. I mean, how many of you guys have gone through this kind of thing? Seriously, like, by a raise of microphones. Like, how many people have gone through something where you're like, you have that internal fight about, and you figure out something happened to you or something? Any of you? Not yet?
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I'm aware of everything I think I am.
I didn't
anyways.
know for like 2 hours, but I figured it out later that it happened.
What was it?
It was the video.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that until I walked into class and it was already posted and everyone had already seen it. And yeah, and this kid I'd never even met showed it to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it doesn't always have to be a thing you blocked out too. It's just like figuring out why, you know, you got to a certain point. Sitting in a therapist's office and connecting the dots and being like, oh shoot, that's why I'm like this, or whatever, you know? Oh damn, I never realized that affected me like that. So therapy is just uncovering clues that are like hidden in the somewhere dark recesses of your memory, you know? That's how I see it, you know? I mean, that's definitely a lot of it. It's just sort of like figuring out why you are the way you are. I'll tell you a little quick anecdote and then we'll go back. But like, I had a random job last week. Really weird. Like, my life is weird because like, I live a kind of gig kind of life. When you like part of the gig economy, like you don't even know. I get a call like in the morning. My friend's like, this really rich old dude has dementia and they need someone to watch him for the day. Do you want to do it? And like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing anything today. It's a few $100. Okay. So I went to watch this old guy. And I wound up doing it for 2 days. The The point is that his wife was there, and like, they're like super rich white people. You know, they come from a different kind of background than me. And the old guy's wife, you know, sometimes when people are old, they don't care at all. They'll just say whatever they're thinking.
Yeah,
Especially if they got dementia.
Yeah. Oh, but his wife didn't. Like,
All right.
she didn't have dementia. She's
I mean, when I'm old as shit, like, nobody can tell me anything. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, if I'm, like, 80 and, like, I'm at death's door anyways, like, no one's telling me
You're just
nothing now.
stubborn.
and there's no social graces anymore, right?
Exactly.
So I go in to take care of this.
Because you literally don't have time to deal with people's shit anymore.
It's true.
Well, I think that's all you have, time.
No, you have no time. You're 80 years old.
My uncle, may he rest in peace, he was driving doing 95 on the freeway at one point, and he gets pulled over by a cop, and the cop says to him, he was in his 90s, and he was driving in 95, and the cop goes like, you know you were doing 95 miles an hour, sir? My Uncle Lenny goes, officer, I'm 90-something years old. At my age, you got no time to waste. And the cop just let him go. He's like, all right, keep on going, man. But anyway, this old guy's wife,
Yeah, he
right?
deserved it. He deserved to leave.
to like let him go?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, all right, whatever. Like, so
You can plug it in this one.
the whole reason I brought this story up is this old guy's wife sees me, right? And she makes a judgment on me.
What did she say?
So she like, I show up to take care of her husband for the day. I don't know her or anything, and she sees me and she's like, "Oh, you're pretty fat."
Didn't work.
Damn. What an asshole.
Yeah, she's like, "You're really fat." I never even met this woman before. I just walk in to take care of her old husband, you know, for the day, and she's like, "You're really fat." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." Like, what do you want from me, you know? So she goes, well,
Yeah, it should have been like, and you're really old.
yeah. She's like, "Well, how'd you wind up getting so fat?" So I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of an addict, and I used food as a substance for a while. You know, I kind of thought that would take care of it, and you know. And she's like, "Oh, you wound up an addict, huh?" She's like, she goes, "I guess your parents did a really bad job programming
Fuck.
you." She said
What an
that to me.
asshole.
So I'm like, "Yeah, I guess," you know. And I was just like, I'm just gonna tune this lady out, you know. It's a few $100. I gotta take care of it. And her husband died like a few days later, which is pretty sad. Like, this is all within
was
this
last
week. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, like, but yeah, pretty crazy, right? Like, all within this week, I meet this guy for the first time. His wife tells me my parents did a bad job programming me, and then he dies. But
Was he cool?
no, not. I mean, he had dementia. He kept punching me. It didn't hurt, but
How so?
he just kept punching me.
What do you mean? How did he punch you?
Like, with
Just
his fist.
how did he do that? How did he punch you?
Hard or soft?
You know, it's
kidding.
like he kept punching me, and
I
then
was
he would
kidding.
like, the impact of hitting me would like knock him back like a step, and then he'd almost fall, and I'd have to catch him. It's crazy. But anyway, the whole point is, like, it got in my head, this line that the woman said, like, programming, you know, like, it's a weird, like, that's how she thinks, because she like let it out, you know. She's like, she sees somebody who's got, like, you know, some problem, and she's like, oh, poor programming. And I'm like, well, I guess it's kind of true that we're all programmed, you know. That is what you do. It's a really cold, weird way to talk about parenting, is just like, you're just programming someone. But I guess it's true.
It's not inaccurate.
It's not inaccurate, right? Yeah, it's like, it is devoid of like love and stuff. It's almost like, you know.
What if you program them with love?
No, I mean, like, that description is, I mean, yeah, you can definitely program someone with love, but I mean, the description of parenting as programming is like, it's like MK Ultra or something, you know. It's like I'm like part of a psyop or something, like the parenting psyop. But anyway, I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, but you all right? Anyway, let me just wrap this point up so I can turn it back over to you guys, because I don't like being the one talking for so long. But
Alrighty.
My point is just like it got me thinking this whole like idea of programming, and basically what I've been doing in my own life is reprogramming myself. And I guess it's true, even though it's cold and it did cut deep into me in the moment. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna say my parents completely are to blame, but they did do some stuff with the programming that could have been done better, to put it mildly.
Hillcrest Adolescent Treatment Center, or Hillcrest, is a tranquil rehabilitation oasis for adolescents struggling with addiction, substance abuse, and co-occurring mental health disorders. Our magnificent residential facility is based in the tropical foothills of Agora Hills, California. Rustic, yet elegant, it is uniquely situated and designed to provide and nurture healing on all levels. We aim to cater to each client's physical, emotional, mental, psychological, and nutritional needs, specifically through our individualized and diverse treatment plans. We focus on the key principles of mind-body health and provide wholesome healing in a mostly unplugged and small group environment. We accept most major insurances, including United Healthcare, Cigna, and Aetna. For more information about the Hillcrest Adolescent Treatment Center, call 888-620-4051 today.
So anyway, what do you guys think about all that, what I just said?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
it
that's
was pretty
true.
succinct. You know, there's not much to add there. It was pretty.
Well, I mean, I don't feel like a parent can program a kid. I feel like the environment that they're in can program a kid, like the way they grow up. But
What's the difference?
I don't know.
Like if you're growing up with
I'm trying. Yeah. And if you're growing up like on the streets or something, you totally get programmed differently.
Yeah.
But if you have like trauma in your life as well.
I mean, I think just any experiences while you're growing up, whether that be from your parents or from your environment or from anything, is gonna affect you like throughout your life.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I guess we are all programmed. I mean, it's a pretty...
Oh, definitely. I mean, like, you know, experiences I've had in the past determine how I act a lot.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like you're able to change your programming now that you have this new information?
Yeah.
You do?
I do believe that I can. I do believe that I am in the process of.
In reprogramming.
What about you, Taylor?
Yeah, Taylor.
I think so. I feel like I am. And it's really frustrating because, you know, I felt like I was going to get out of here better and I would be able to have, like, make the relationship work, you know?
With your dad?
With my girlfriend.
Oh.
But, like, I was really hoping like that. I was like, you know, this is going to be so much better. Like, the relationship's just going to work out. And, you know, yeah, but then it didn't, which is a bummer. And, like, I put a lot of work into that one. So, like, I'm not sure if I'm going to put as much work into the next one, so I don't know.
You know, actually, you know what I'm going to say, honestly.
I don't. What are you going to say?
You know, maybe it's just time to go out, just get some hoes, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe don't try a relationship for a bit, you know? Maybe just have some fun for a while.
And you don't have to forget about her. She's always going to be like a part of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't plan on forgetting about her. Like, it's not that I want to forget about her. I just want to, like, not be, like, so hurt.
What I just said, you'll get over it if you do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm female. But, like, after my ex, I, like, didn't do anything with anyone for 6 months to try and focus on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that helped a lot. And then I started, like, doing exactly what Tex is saying. And, like, it felt good for a little bit. And then it just, like, was more toxic to myself. And it just felt like I was trying to forget something that I shouldn't forget, you know? And it wasn't helping me at all. It just made me feel worse. And, like, yeah, it didn't help. And then I got back into the relationship scene, and, like, I have one with someone right now, and I really do. And I feel like it's turning out really well, and I'm really grateful that I have that. So, I don't know, it just depends on the person. Like,
I mean,
try.
That definitely changes. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
But that definitely changes, like, person to person. but you'll know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, because I definitely see like a relationship working out with her. I'm assuming it's just not gonna work right now, and like so like I plan on like
And
revisiting.
don't chase her. Like that doesn't work. I'm telling you, like don't chase a girl. Like you will just make her run. Like that is the law of nature. Like that is the truth.
Make
of
her
everything.
chase after you.
If something is gonna happen,
Yeah, in the mic.
if something's gonna happen, like it will happen. Just like do this for you, like give yourself this time, so that it's like for you. And like honestly, just like I like as hard as it is, like just like don't like you can't like expect that it's like it might work out in the future, because like it's better to expect that it might not,
I guess.
because it's like I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Wait
think
if you
it's
want.
true. I
If you
think
want,
it's
wait,
true.
but just don't chase. Like wait if you want, but don't chase.
All right.
And think about it like this: if it works out, then it was like meant to be, and it works out, you know.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, then like I don't know. Personally, I believe everything happens for a reason. So if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. you
Yeah,
know?
I wanted to say that. I thought he just wouldn't believe that.
I don't know.
And you don't have to, obviously. Like
I mean, I'm not
It's
saying
just
you're wrong.
like the way I see it is that like I'm just not sure that like I'll ever find like I know this is like cliche, but like I'm not sure that I'll find anyone else like her, because she was like so much like me in a way that like, and like the odds of just meeting her, you know, like, and she happened to live at least relatively close to where I live, you know, like, so like I felt like it worked out like really well, and I was just really bummed when it's not going to.
The first one is always the hardest to get over. I can relate to what you're saying. Like, trust me, I get it.
Definitely.
yeah, 100%.
I think like going back to Taylor like for a minute, because you are the man of the hour today. And by the way, next week we will interview the new person, because usually that's what we do with. But you came in.
Well, if
late,
we might have
so-
time in like the last 10 minutes.
It's like, I want to give her own thing,
Yeah,
you
true.
know. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to like
Rush it.
We'll give you next week, and we'll come up with a name. You have the name? What's the name?
Bob.
Bob. All right. Cool.
From Joe to Bob.
I like it.
Bob and Joe.
So yeah, next week, Bob, we're gonna like talk to you and hear your whole story and everything. It's just like you came in late today, and I want to give you enough time.
My bad.
You're good.
So I do want to like.
Stop being so destructive, Haley.
I do think
Who?
that. I think the best use, unless anybody else has something pressing. Does anybody have something
would never remember
pressing that they wanted to bring in today?
No.
Anyone? Don't be shy. If you had something you really wanted to bring up, do you?
Not particularly.
My date was today, but my dad decided to tell the facility and me and my mom that he was out of town and couldn't pick me up, but he actually wasn't out of town and could have picked me up. He just didn't want to.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were supposed to.
I was supposed to leave today.
Really?
Yeah.
So when are you leaving?
I don't know. Next week, probably. I guess.
So I might not see you again after today.
You might not. You might, but you might not. Hopefully you don't. Not because I don't like you, but because I want to leave, you know?
No kidding.
Yeah.
I got my date.
Yeah?
Out of all that conversation, that was the most. It was kind of funny because it was like overwhelming of feelings, because it was like so like negative feelings, and then like all of a sudden it was like this positive, and I was like,
Wasn't your date like, your date was like kind of bittersweet though, huh?
yeah, it was like I got my date, but it's 3 weeks from now, so
Oh, that's not that far away.
That's
That'll fly by, you know.
well, not really. No.
It will, believe me. Like, it doesn't seem like it will, but it will.
Well, it hasn't so far.
Yeah. How do you feel about the fact your dad didn't come and get you?
Oh,
Text.
me.
He's looking at me.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you know, I was honestly 100% expecting it. Like, I literally said that. Like,
Yeah.
like, I was told that my date was tomorrow, and I literally was like, my dad's not gonna pick me up. But because I just knew. Like, my dad is very disappointing. Like, when I moved, it was like, all right, so like, you're just gonna be here as a roommate, and I was like, okay. Like, my dad's a fucking dick. So like, you know, sorry for my language.
And I haven't heard you say that before. It's the first time I've
No,
actually heard
he
you
is
say
like,
that.
I like him, like in a lot of ways. Like, I do like him, but he's just not like really a dad. You know what I mean? Like, I like him like the way that I would enjoy hanging out with one of my friends. But it's like,
Yeah.
in any way that he needs to actually be a parent, it's just disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you and Taylor have this thing in common where you both like kind of protect your dad, even though they're like kind of crappy.
I can relate to my dad in a lot of ways. Like in personality, he's really similar. He looks nothing like me, but in personality, he's really similar to me. And in things that he did growing up, he's really similar to me. Like he has felony weed and acid charges for selling weed and acid, and like, you know, I can relate to that. Not that I got caught, but you know.
I hear you.
My dad looks nothing like me too. He's bald.
Huh?
He's bald.
But you were bald until like a week ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Why did you shave your head?
Yeah, his
I
hair
shaved
grows
my head.
fast.
My hair grew pretty fast. Yeah,
Yeah, he was bald. He was bald like 9 days ago.
Yeah, I was bald. Yeah.
I would love for you both to be able to like at some point in your
You could
actual
see your reflection on his scalp.
at some point in your actual personal
Mr.
therapies, like with a therapist, like I'm not one, but when you're with one,
Honestly, like
I think it would be good
it
for you
doesn't
to like.
bother me anymore because I've like grown used to it. So I wouldn't even want to revisit it. Like I'm honestly just like at the point where and
Because
and
it's
I'm
exhausting,
leaving, like when I
right?
leave here, like I'm moving out. Like I'm not going back to my dad's house. Like this is already set with my parents. Like I told them I want to leave, and like they're fine with it. So I'm leaving, and like so I don't need to even worry about that anymore.
We can look up my dad's mugshot later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really?
You can look up my dad's mugshot
Dude,
as well.
let's do that tomorrow.
I think you guys like. I really
Maybe.
think it would be healthy for you,
I
Taylor.
don't know.
Like, listen, man. You don't have to be angry at him forever, but this information should warrant that emotion.
I know, but like even with that, like I still don't know what to get angry at him about. Like, you know, like I don't know.
You have plenty of shit to be mad about.
Like,
Honestly.
I know I have stuff to be mad about, but like I don't see like why I should get mad over it. Like
Can anybody see why you should get
Yeah.
mad over it?
Yes,
Okay, so tell him.
100%.
like I still don't get it.
All
I
right.
feel like hide your emotions in a lot of the way. You probably don't even mean to do it. It's just that you're not a very expressive person. You would agree with that?
I guess.
Well,
So-
that's very like that's very by design. The fact that he's not expressive, like that is
that like by
it-
nurture or nature?
It's because it's so freaking painful for him to feel these feelings that he'd rather just numb out to them all. And then they build up and they go and they're like uncontrollable. He can't control them because there's so much there.
Damn.
I can relate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a very big emotional range, and like I'm really fine with it. Like I actually kind of like it because like I don't really get hurt by anything anymore. So it's like kind of sick.
That's like the lie.
But
That
like,
is the lie
it's
that
not
we
though,
tell
'cause,
ourselves. Like
it-
you're not hurt by
That's
it.
not actually true. Like it's not even a lie. Like I think that if I really got into the shit that has like affected me, then I would probably be bothered by it. But the thing is like I just pay it no attention, and then it doesn't bother me.
See, so why not try? Why not try?
Cause fuck that.
Yeah,
it's
because
better
you're
to just not.
scared.
Hell
That's,
yeah. It's better
yeah.
to not,
So
it's
do
better to
it.
not deal
Face
with
your
it.
fear.
Why would I deal with it when
Because
I
you'll
can just
wind
not?
up stronger for it, and you'll have conquered it. That's why. But you should. Like try it. You know, you'll be surprised at your own strength. You don't give yourself enough credit. You know, it's like you ever been told you're gonna be punished, and like being that time before the punishment is scarier than the punishment.
No.
Come on, yes you have.
It is. I totally feel that.
I understand what you're saying.
I was never told. I just got the fucking belt, and then it was like, damn, that sucked.
So you never
My
had the
mom-
suspense.
Not really.
My mom.
Well,
once-
actually, no. There was this one time where I was like 6, and like, you know, I was just doing some dumb shit. Basically, I'm not gonna get into it. And then like my dad was out of town. Oh, wait, no, I was younger than that because I was living with my mom by that time. But like I was probably like 5, and then like my dad was out of town, and then like my mom told my dad what it was, and he wasn't gonna be back in town for like 2 days, and I was like, fuck, like he's just gonna have 2 days to think about that and get mad, and it sucked because then I got home from school like 2 days later, and I just walked in the door, and my dad had the belt in his hand already.
That
I
is
was in
fun.
a Target
Yeah.
once, and I was like 6 years old, and I remember I did something stupid. I think I sat in one of the electric motor wheelchairs. You know that
I used
people
to
aren't
love
supposed
those
to-
things.
aren't supposed to use. And I was on it, and I was
Yeah.
going around. Then my mom pulled me by my ear, and then pulled me by my collar outside of the store, went to the car to spank me because she didn't want other people to see it.
Yeah.
She should have done it right there.
By the way, one of the good things about being an adult is you can do that stuff with no consequence. Like, I lived in Florida for a few weeks with my wife on this dirt road, and then we're right
Did you
down.
see Florida Man?
Who's Florida Man?
You know the one that's always in the news. It's always like Florida Man.
Florida.
He's a
man.
celebrity.
That's funny. We were right down the road from a Walmart, so we'd get in those. I came up with this game called Broom Ball, and we would go there at night, and we'd each take a broom, and we'd take, you know, those like, they always have like a metal like crate thing filled with bouncy balls.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly, the rainbow colorful ones. And
yeah,
the
they're
blue
like
ones.
almost tie dye looking. These ball like.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I would take one of those balls out, and I'd take 2 brooms and 2 of those electric carts, and I would make like goal zones, and me and my wife would both take an electric cart, and I'd throw the ball down in the middle, and we would drive around using the brooms like hockey sticks, trying to get the ball into the other goal zone, and like driving around the
Were you
crazy
sober?
Florida people. I was.
That is amazing.
Surprising.
Yeah, I was like, we had so much fun. We were like knocking stuff over. We're like going around people, and people were like, "What the hell are these?"
Yeah, whenever I go into stores, like honestly, it's not usually me because they're just like painfully slow to use those.
Yeah.
But one of my friends will always get in one of them, and like it is fun not being like 6 anymore because it's like, who's gonna tell me I can't ride in this?
Yeah, and try and coordinate it with a broom and a ball.
And then you
It's
go
not so
outside and you got like $5 and you want to ride the airplane and you can do it 5 times.
hysterical. Yo, I had a Walmart employees. They
I
would
don't know
just
what you're talking about. The
walk. They
airplane
would,
in Charlotte was $1.
they would just walk
like
by me
5
and shake their
cents.
heads like
It's like 25 here.
that's my job. Oh,
Harris Teeter, man.
What time is it?
I want lemonade so bad.
we only have like 4 minutes.
Lemonade.
Multiple lemonades.
Yeah, I want lemonade. Lemonades is when lemons aid you in things because they're
Lemonades.
aids. They're
Yeah, see.
They're lemons that are your aids.
I think
you
you're
know what I
reading a
mean?
bit too far into it.
Like they're like helper lemons, lemonades.
Lemonades.
I didn't know AIDS was healthy.
No aids, like if someone
Lemonades.
helps you in something they've
Oh,
aided
you're an
you.
aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're an aid.
Anyway, I just
Aid.
want lemonade.
Oh, I thought of another story that you would like. By the way,
Yeah.
just like messing with like people in stores. I was in Costco a few years ago. And you know they get those sample people in Costco.
Dude,
Yeah.
I take every sample in the whole store.
Yeah, it's fun. So there's this like lady who's behind this sample thing, and everybody's waiting for a sample. I don't remember, like a cheese thing. I don't know. It was like in the toaster. And she's like, "It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet." And like, there's like a whole crowd of 20 people. They're all just waiting for these samples, like ready to
Like they
pounce on
come
them.
there just to have dinner.
Yeah, and I was just in a mood, so I turned to everybody who was waiting, and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, we stand here and we wait for these samples to come from the toaster, but who of us takes the time to show gratitude and appreciation to this fine woman who's dedicated her life to giving us free food? Can we please have a round of applause?
Everyone clapped.
And like a few people half-heartedly clapped,
Damn,
and some
that
people tried to
sucks.
ignore me. But the woman looked at me and she just shook her head and she go, "You a mess." She said I was a mess.
Oh my god.
You know what's funny about that is that I've been told that you a mess by an overweight black lady at least like 50 times.
It's the funniest
You
thing
a
ever.
mess.
Oh, you a mess.
You a mess.
It's such a funny insult.
When I lived at a group home, we had this
Little
one of
does
the
she
house
know you're a
directors and
comedian.
like the network of group homes was
Yeah.
this, like she was so big, like she was massive, like and I mean tall too, like she was like 6'5", and like and she smelled terrible. Like it was funny too because whenever one of the kids was disrespecting a staff member, even though it wasn't her house that I
She'd
lived at,
thwomp
she would
over.
come there and she would get in their face and like mine was like a probationary group home too, so like all the kids have like charges and stuff, so like like you know what I mean. And so like she'd come to the house and she'd get up in their face, she's like, "Oh, you wanna try that with me? I will throw you across this room like a little doll. I will beat the sense out of you." And she's like, "Do it, test me." And, like no one would do
Were they allowed?
anything.
Were
Like
they
it's just
allowed
like
to
damn.
touch you guys there? Like physically?
She would. No, Deadass, I bet she
Miss
would.
Courtney.
No one ever tested her. And like, but it was funny too, because we would get in the van and like we would have this game we would play, and I started it because like I noticed it. Like we would rock to side and rock the car a
Yeah.
little, and she'd be like. And like we would have this thing to see like how much we could do in a row before she'd be like, "What y'all doing back there?"
It's a good note to end on. We're out of time for tonight. But
Let's sign off.
Signing
yeah,
off.
let's sign off.
Signing off.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Thank you for listening to Unnoticed Observer, your window into group therapy. Each episode covers a new theme to open the conversation about mental health and offer insight and guidance. New episodes are released every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Join us on your favorite podcast listening app and make sure to subscribe and follow us on Facebook at Unnoticed Observer Podcast for more. And remember, if you or someone you love is struggling with any mood, behavioral, or personality-related matters, there is help.